APRC candidate in the constituency recounted a past sour period for APRC loyalists in the area. Though this trend is changing and changing fast, Njai warns against unrelenting detractors who would spare no tool in the arsenal in trying to flush down the drains the successes they register in the area so far. Speakers take turns in a marathon meeting to hail the changing course of politics in the area from anti to pro-APRC. To consolidate those gains as well as register more, they call on their fellow party members to use wisdom in their campaign methods in order to keep their ties, at the same time draw to the party more support. Such speakers include Masane Kuyate, Baba Jiba, Ajafatu Njai, and Babanding Kinte, the Alcalo of Jifarong. A one-time prominent UDP figure in the area, Sheriff Bajo, and the chief of Kiang West, Alhaji Omar Jiba, believed the opposition has lost its grip on the area and that Kiankas are now thinking about the development of the area, which they say is only possible with speaking in one voice with the ruling party. Honorable Bafaye Sedikan, Jara East representative and the majority leader of the House, Honorable Fabakar Tombong Jata, all reminded the gathering of the developments registered under Jammeh administration, all pointing to the need to follow President Jammeh. With the whole country accepting the president at the ballot box, the two representatives could not see the reason why Kiang should choose to do differently. For GRTS News, I'm Mohammed Jamal Sise.
Farmers drawn from different parts of the country have concluded a 9-day train-the-trainer workshop organized to promote the use of household grain storage metal silos. The metal cans have the ability to preserve seeds and protect them from pests and the elements. Like Mademba picks up the rest of that story.
It's been of genuine concern to farmers in the country. The lack of adequate and safe storage facilities for farmers always pose threat to food security. Following a request by His Excellency the President to the then FAO Director General to finally resolve the problematic concern, a consultant was assigned to the country in order to better identify and properly address these issues. These silos of varying sizes could be the answer to those problems. Following a 9-day training, these participants are fully equipped in the construction and diffusions of metallic silos, which will contribute to the socio-economic development of the country through the resourceful, sustainable, and safe conservation of seeds and grains for consumption and marketing.
The metallic silo, as we all know, plays a very important part in the fight for food security and against hunger. This technology has succeeded in many countries around the globe, and we have no doubt it will succeed in this country.
The coming of this development, according to the Director General of Agricultural Services, is expected to bring numerous benefits to the Gambian people.
Individual and women associations from organizations like NAUFA and the Rice Women Association, which have been identified during the identification mission as target beneficiaries.
Having gone through the training, a participant says he is confident that the newly learned skills will be put into proper use.
Right now, I am pleased to say that all participants who have passed through this training program are confident enough to stand up and say each and every one of us and make a silo on it.
This is the latest attempt by agricultural officials and experts to finally enhance the capacities of Gambian farmers in not only producing quality seeds and grains, but ensure these products are adequately kept in proper storage facilities. For GRTS News, I am Deku Madema.
More blood, more life was the slogan adopted by celebrants marking World Blood Donor Day. The event, commemorated on June 14th every year, places emphasis on the importance of voluntary blood donation. Samuel Barr tells us more on this year's celebrations in Brikama, West Coast region.
This occasion is the second of its kind at the Brikama Major Health Center and is indeed a milestone in the development of this health facility.
Let me also mention that today's occasion represent a victory for the regular blood donors who never fail to represent to the health center or when called for support and have always been at the forefront at the forefront of catchment area development since some years back. The Gambia blood donors have never taken a back seat in any national development endeavor. Today's occasion is an ardent demonstration of this reality. I would therefore take this opportunity to convey my sincere appreciation as well as congratulations to all blood donors, particularly to Brikama Major Health Center, for their patriotism, for their loyalty, generosity for the past years.
Lamin Gassama of the Gambia Red Cross Society hailed the commitment of the Gambia government under the dynamic leadership of President Jammeh and the strong support of the Ministry of Health for their efforts to bring healthcare services to the doorstep of every Gambian. Gassama also commended the health officials for their tireless efforts in providing care and support for the thousands of patients whose lives are mostly threatened by anemic conditions, and called on volunteers to donate blood.
Safe blood starts with me. The enthusiasm and energy with which this day was celebrated was a powerful and positive response, an opportunity to thank the millions of people who gave the precious gifts of life through their donation of blood every year.
Pa Omar Bojang, Chief Scout Commissioner, dwelt on the history of World Blood Donor Day celebration.
Over 80 million units of blood are donated every year, but only 38% are collected in developing countries, where 82% of the global population live. For you to die and save 100 lives by donating blood is better than for you to live in this world. Because our founder says we should leave this world much, much better than we have found it.
Bojang said, as Gambians, it is a collective responsibility to donate blood voluntarily and desist from discouraging others. Jim Jallo, a health promotion expert in the West Coast region, stressed the importance of the occasion given the population density of the region.
The need to celebrate, not only to celebrate, but also to sensitize people regarding the need for blood in our health facilities is very important when we want to achieve particularly the MDG 4, that is reducing infant mortality rate, and MDG 5, that is to reduce maternal mortality rates.
The occasion was marked with the presentation of certificates to donors in appreciation of their good gestures. For GRTS News, I am Samuel Ba.
We'll now go with our first break. We'll be back with stories from beyond the Gambia after that.
Extremely valuable.
Extremely affordable.
That's the AfriCell Extreme SIM card.
Get your AfriCell Extreme SIM card now for $10 only.
Yes, $10.
AfriCell again, going to the extreme with a new SIM card for $10 only.
That's the AfriCell Extreme SIM card with $15 credit.
Pay 10 and get 15.
Only with the AfriCell Extreme SIM card.
Available everywhere.
A brand new SIM card with $15 credit for $10 can only be brought to you by AfriCell.
Welcome back. Authorities in France have announced the withdrawal of French troops from Chad, and families fleeing severe drought in Somalia are forced to seek refuge in the war-ravaged capital Mogadishu, where the Al-Shabaab Islamist rebels are seeking international aid for the victims. We have more on these stories and others in this roundup of news.
The French foreign minister has announced that the presence of 1,000 French troops in Chad since 1986 is no longer justified and they should be repatriated. France and Chad are discussing the future of the force, which helped resist a rebellion against President Idriss Déby in 2008. President Déby raised the question of a French military presence now that Chad's relations with Sudan have resumed. In Somalia, families fleeing drought are being forced to seek aid in the capital Mogadishu, torn by civil war. The situation is so critical that Shabaab rebels linked to Al-Qaeda have appealed for help. The Shabaab forced foreign aid groups to leave in 2008. Now the Shabab says it will accept assistance from Muslims and non-Muslims who